Let's go. Woo. Yes. Thank you for your patience. Be right up with you. All right, all right. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's get this party started. People be late to the party, child. It's all good. Let's go.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior, baby. And I am here with another live. We are on day two of the Chicago, Illinois trial. Let's get it. Let me get rid of this banner. Yeah, baby. Okay. So much going on. Yes. So listen, y'all. Hold on. There we go. The jury is in. We got a jury. We got a jury. Opening arguments are set to start tomorrow. Before we get into all of the details that I have gathered for the day, I want to share, so just so we're on the same page, get a little update on what happened today. They might be a little bit behind, but here's some details that they provided here.
Also at 4 is day 2 of R. Kelly's federal trial in Chicago. The R&B star facing charges including child pornography and obstruction of justice.
The trial is expected to last about 4 weeks. CBS 2's Tara Molina is live. Tara, the goal is to get a jury seated by today.
Jim and Marie, exactly. The goal is to get that final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates, and they're still whittling down a really large pool of potential jurors right now. There was a little bit of a slow start right off the top with the very first interviewed needing medical attention here today. Tuesday, day 2 of jury selection in the federal case against R. Kelly, the 55-year-old charged with child pornography and obstruction of justice in a 2019 indictment. An indictment alleging Kelly conspired to rig his trial here in Cook County back in 2008 with the help of both a former manager and staff member, also defendants in this case. The identities of the pool of potential jurors are being protected, only identified with numbers. And like we saw in day 1, there's been a major focus on those familiar with the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, first released in January of 2019, with another release the following January. Now, a few of the potential jurors here today were excused for health, transportation, and compensation hardships. One referred to social anxiety as a hardship and was let go, with the very first juror interviewed by the judge excused after having a medical issue during questioning that required a brief recess. Another excused later in the day due to a medical emergency with their child. Now, again, as jury selection actively continues here today, we're now officially expecting opening statements here tomorrow. We're going to continue to bring you the very latest here on CBS 2. We'll actually be back live from Dirksen coming up at 5 o'clock. For now, we're live at Dirksen Federal Courthouse. I'm Tara Molina.
Okay. She got some of it right. Opening statements begin tomorrow morning. Yes. At the courthouse. What's going on, baby Yoda?
How you doing? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, day 2. Let me say hi to everybody because I didn't do that. I came in a little hot. I'm ready to go. Wow, Wayne, yes. Thank you for being here and supporting the channel. Chrissy Power, yes. Good to see you, love. Joel Jackson, yes. Hazel E, woo. Yes, peoples are here. Queen Keish, JC, yes, JC. The Almanac is here. Daddy's Girl 1973. Great to see you. Shamanic Journey. I see you are in the chat because you are on your way somewhere. And I'm glad you could tune in and listen. Hazel E with the dancing. Love it. Sharita Michelle. Hey. Mystique 428. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Miss Ashanti Dawson. Shouty. I see you. Thomas Reese. What's going on, King? Yes. And I think that's Chi-Town OG. Yes, it is. Welcome back. Lasting Impressions by Kib. It's my girl right there. What's going on? All my members, I'm loving to see it. Michelle. Yes, Miss Michelle Hurd. Hugs to you and the family. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay. Y'all got a lot to say. Andrew Staples. King, what's going on? Okay. Ms. Mocha, hey, you made it. Yes. Hey, Zymir. Hi, Zymir. All right, y'all. So listen, this was day 2. And hey, Dorothy, welcome back, love. Dorothy, let me give you blessings to everybody. Everybody here, please acknowledge the fact that you are blessed by being not just here with me, but just here breathing, alive enough to be on YouTube and healthy enough to be able to listen and correspond and all of that good stuff. You got internet, you got a device. We blessed over here, you know what I'm saying? So I just want everybody to make sure that gratitude is at the forefront of your mindset. Okay, so now let's get into it. So we played the little news thing. Okay, so I don't know if y'all remember yesterday. We had I had some audio from a lady who supports R. Kelly. She was describing how awesome he looked. You remember that, Miss Della?
Basically, he has transformed into a small hawk.
Let me remind everybody of what she said, okay?
The dude is so cool, and he is buff, baby. He's like, dudes in prison, they lifted up. I mean, he's solid. I mean, I was like, damn. I mean, he's like, he looks good. He's really buffed. I was like, wait a minute, I remember him having all them damn muscles on him. So yeah, your boy looks good. Looks good. Hair laid. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all heard that right. He looks good. Prison buff. And this picture, this drawing, which sketch, excuse me, I believe it was from day one, but it might not be. I'm not positive. But yeah, she says she transformed into a zaddy. Oh, I want to say hi to where did that comment go? Riley. Hi, Riley. Baby Riley. You know, I gotta say hi to the babies. Okay, so yeah, so she gave us all of that, right? And then I catch a news report from yesterday later after I went live, and this is what the reporter had to say.
good evening, 55-year-old Robert Sylvester Kelly, noticeably heavier than the last time that we saw him in a Chicago courtroom with a paunch around the middle and a bald spot. R. Kelly, you may remember, back in June was convicted during his New York federal trial, sentenced to 30 years in prison.
I'll play that one more time because I just have to.
Good evening, 55-year-old Robert Sylvester Kelly, noticeably heavier than the last time that we saw him in a Chicago courtroom with a paunch around the middle and a bald spot. R. Kelly, you may remember.
Okay, well, what?
The dude is cool, and he is buff, baby. He's like, dudes in prison, they lifted up. I mean, he's solid. I mean, I was like, damn. I mean, he's like, he looks good. He's really buffed. I was like, wait a minute, I remember him having all them damn muscles on him. So yeah, your boy looks good. Looks good. Hair laid. You know what I'm saying? So good evening, 55-year-old Robert Sylvester Kelly, noticeably heavier than the last time that we saw him in a Chicago courtroom with a paunch around the middle and a bald spot. R. Kelly.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, perspective. Why do they have two whole different descriptions? That is crazy. I had to point that out because it's the inaccuracy for me on her part. I mean, like, seriously, lady. And this is what I'm saying to y'all. You know, I know you guys know. You know what I'm saying? But no, shamanic journey, we are not going to do that. Maybe fat is buff muscle. No. She was putting on. She was capping. That's called cap, baby. Okay. Yeah, she lied. There you go. Okay. I just wanted to start us off with a little laughter, a little humor, a little like, can we just really keep it real? Like this lady claims to keep it real. We keep it real over here. I think that's even a part of her channel name, but no. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they definitely over exaggerate. Love is fair. So what else do I have for y'all? Okay, so there's an article I wanted to go through because these are actually the reporters that I follow throughout the day. They live tweet, they team up and live tweet over Twitter. And at the end of the day, they put it together a little article, and you know, I haven't read it yet, but I think it might have some more details than one of these little short news reports. So I want us to just see what happened today. That's right for the recap. Did you have anything to say, Ms. Della, before I get into this article? Or, you know, of course, interrupt at any time if you have something to say.
No, where in the hell is Shamanic Journey at? That's what I got to say.
She says she's listening, but she's on her way somewhere. She said, "Hey, by the way."
Hello.
Let me put her comment up. Hey, Miss Della.
Hello.
Beautiful spirit, late on because she be late. Let me drop her the link again.
So it was actually hilarious. You went from buff Hawk to a bald spot in the pouch.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be playing that again. That is crazy to me. That's crazy. There's the link again, beautiful spirit, in case you want to come in, or anybody wants to come in who we know, obviously, because don't pop up in here with no weird name and no picture. You're not going to get on the stage with that. That's not the right credentials. All right. Okay. So let's, let me share the screen. I'm actually a little earlier today, but I'm probably going to be a little later throughout the rest of the week. So hopefully you guys will still be able to make it. Not that much, but your girl got things happening. Wait, I see you, beautiful spirit. 1 second. Actually, let me just let you in first. Hi.
Hey, how y'all doing? Happy Tuesday.
Glad you made it.
I was trying to log in on my tablet, and oh my God, it just out. Anyway, I made it, and I'm
You do
happy.
not have to explain because you get a grace period. It's called the beautiful spirit late pass. You be late, girl. Always have been. So you really on time.
Glad you made it.
On time is just being here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. Did you hear that audio? Can I play it again for you? Did you hear?
You can play it again because it kind of like muted out as I was coming in.
So we were just really, you know, and actually you weren't with us yet. I think you caught the replay. And this is the audio of the YouTuber supporter. I'll call her a P-Hive YouTuber because she bashes victims. This woman.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think you might have exchanged some words in a chat with her before.
Yeah, I did twice. I sure did.
Yeah, but she was mad capping about your boy yesterday. So let's listen to that.
Okay.
The dude is so cool, and he is buff, baby. He's like, you know, them dudes in prison, they lifted up. I mean, he's solid. I mean, I was like, damn. I mean, he's like, he looks good. He's really buff. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember him having all them damn muscles on him. So yeah, your boy looks good. Looks good. Hair laid. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then later yesterday, I hear this from a credible news source.
Good evening, 55-year-old Robert Sylvester Kelly, noticeably heavier than the last time that we saw him in a Chicago courtroom with a paunch around the middle and a bald spot.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna leave that there.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna leave it right there where it needs to be.
Exactly where it needs to be. And you know they can't be trusted. That's just my point, honestly. That's my point.
Yeah. They better catch it. Catch it.
Hair laid.
Yeah, he all buff, pumping iron.
Prison buff, girl.
Oh, yeah, he buff.
So we have our jury. But the jury is in. Opening arguments start tomorrow. That's what we've been waiting on because that's when the gloves come off right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the screen. I'm going to go through this article by Jason and his, I guess, co-worker. These are the people I follow on Twitter, and they do a daily recap also in an article form. And being that they're in the courtroom, they might have some additional details for us. So let's see what they're talking about. Please feel free to interrupt because I'm not trying to just read. And then also I can't keep my eye on the chat while I'm over here. So if anybody, either of y'all can just, if anything
We'll
comes up in
keep
the
our
chat,
eyes.
if you are able to let me know, please do.
I
Okay.
sure will.
Jury in R. Kelly's Chicago federal case selected. Opening statement set for Wednesday. All right. The jury that will decide R. Kelly's fate in Chicago federal court was selected Tuesday after more than 12 hours of questioning over 2 days that centered biases over the onslaught of media coverage in the opening statements in the hot button trial are scheduled for Wednesday morning at Durskin U.S. Courthouse. The jury of 12 regular members and 6 alternates was sworn in by U.S. District Attorney Leinenweber, who questioned more than 100 potential jurors on Monday and Tuesday, nearly half of whom he dismissed for cause. The makeup of the regular jury is 4 white women, 4 black women, 2 white men, and 2 black men. Right. It's like literally a half and half. And where are the rest of the people? I mean, I'm just saying, it's not just black and white people in the world, but okay. They include a former, it just reminds me of like a movie. So we're looking at like a movie casting or something. It says they include a former attorney who is now a stay-at-home mom. Okay, I already know where she's going to vote. I'm just saying. I wonder if they tried to get her off, because that just sounds like, I'm voting guilty. Okay. And a library worker who said she knew about the case from the headlines in the newspapers she put on the shelf. So she's seen the headline, she's saying, but she don't know really nothing, is what she's saying. Another female retiree whose 2 children are lawyers said during questioning that she'd never seen the high-profile docuseries R. Kelly, but that her brother had told her. And she said, if I watched it, I'd probably get kicked off the jury. Oh, the brother told her that if she did watch it, she'd probably get kicked off. So basically, this is kind of weird to me, because it seems like he kind of just told her what to say. Like, if you want to be on the jury, just don't tell him you didn't watch it. I'm not really trying to stank up the room with that, but I'm just saying. So we got a lot of lawyer affiliates up in here. We have a former lawyer and then somebody that has lawyer brothers.
Wow.
Her children are lawyers. Okay. Many of those on the panel said they heard of Kelly and the accusations against him before, but could remain fair. Some even said they'd seen parts of Surviving R. Kelly, but had formed no opinion about Kelly himself. And that is possible. There's a lot of people out there actually who kind of are, they claim to be in the middle and like kind of really don't care. They kind of still listen to his music. They don't, it's not really a big deal for them. And they claim to have watched either all or some of Surviving. So yeah. It's a different mindset.
Yeah, that's true.
The final panel was selected after prosecutors and attorneys for Kelly and his 2 co-defendants used their preemptory strikes to further pare down the jury pool. Things got testy when Kelly's lead attorney, Jennifer Bongine, successfully challenged 3 of the prosecution's strikes of black jurors, alleging they were based solely on race. Okay, wait. So Bongine challenged 3 of the prosecution's strikes of black jurors. Okay, so they were trying to strike what? Did you guys get this like me? I mean, it sounds like they're saying that the prosecution, that Bongine successfully challenged that the 3 strikes that the prosecution was trying to use against 3 black jurors. Like they were trying to strike them. I don't know. I'm not sure if I have it right or if I'm mixed up.
I'm mixed up, so I can't even tell you if you got it right or not.
It's the way it's written. It's like,
yeah.
Successfully
Do both of you know how to write?
She didn't write this.
Oh.
This is the article from the Tribune. Jason Meisner and his partner wrote this. But no, I'm just successfully challenged 3 of the prosecution's strikes. And I think that's of black jurors. Okay. Alleging they were based solely on race. Hey, Marcus X. What's going on?
So is she mad? Is she mad because they took the black jurors off?
That's what I'm wondering. Did she fight for the black jurors, or did she try to strike the black? Looks to me like she.
Go ahead.
Sounds like they tried. Well, what it sounds like is that the government tried to strike 3 black jurors, and she challenged them successfully. So that means they're on the jury. So okay. She said prosecutors were displaying a pattern against black jurors that was quite disturbing. Though Assistant U.S. Attorney Janice Apentic said they had reasons to remove the jurors unrelated to race. I mean, honestly, I don't think black, white, yellow, brown would want to watch those tapes. And I don't think that would be a deterrent of somebody, unless they're just obviously racist, which
Right.
how would you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to take that chance. I mean, maybe they want to. Maybe they're saying the government is trying to get these people because they could be racist and just not like them in general. Like, I don't know. Let's keep reading. On the flip side, nearly every single preemptory strike by the defense involving the regular was a white, 12 in all. On the flip side, nearly every single preemptory strike by the defense involving the regular jury makeup was of a white person. Okay. The defense also moved to strike 1 Asian woman and 1 black woman. Prosecutors, however, did not raise any challenges based on that racial breakdown. So defense was the one fighting for black people, it sounds like.
Okay.
Striking like outside, like, I don't want the Asian woman, and maybe the black woman might have been, somebody she didn't think would go for it. I don't know. The panelists were sworn in just before 6 p.m. Yeah, they worked late today. It's been a long day. Leland Weaver said from the bench after jurors were excused for the night. Have a nice evening. I'm going to have a martini in a short while. No, he didn't. Leland Weaver said, I'm finna go get me a drink.
Yeah, honey. He said after all of that, he needs to sip.
He's preparing himself.
I was listening to that woman that we were listening to describing him as prison buff. It was live right before I came on. I was just trying to see what she was talking about. And she was talking about how the judge was holding his water like a child would. You know how you would hold it on the side of the water bottle, but then he also held it from the bottom at the same time and was holding it upwards so he could drink.
What
like
the fuck?
She said like a child would. Like a child would do it because they can't really hold the bottle. She said he was doing that. She was like, I don't know what is going on. If he really was doing that, I'm going to tell you, that hearing we listened to on the phone, his speech sounded slurred to me. I mean, I'm not trying to down the judge at all. I'm really not. I'm just so honest. I just can't help it. I said that too. I'm like, his speech sounds a little slurred. So I don't know if he like literally just rolled out of the bed, or if, maybe he had
that martini came early.
Yeah, a little nip morning tea. I don't know.
Well, they say that's how you live long. Your heart is on.
That's the secret. Okay.
That's a shame. They all have to have a drink to deal with this R. Kelly case in the courtroom, child.
Evolve Joseph, welcome back. It's been a minute.
Could you?
Candace, hello.
I pray he never gets caught if that's the case, because they would love to use that. He didn't get a fair trial. The judge was drunk.
I know. Let me shut up because I'm going to tell you something. When we talk about stuff, I'm telling you, these people come over here because they are not creative.
Yeah.
They come and bite off of our shit, off of our conversation, and they go make topics. I'm telling you right now, these people.
I know they do. We got sticky fingers, ADHD.
Oh, yeah, sticky fingers, aka copy and paste.
Yep.
Doing her late night. Yeah, doing her late night bullshit.
Yeah, running around stealing like a damn cat, sneakier than a cat. That don't make no sense.
Back on her bullshit. Okay, so let me go on. Kelly, 55, was charged with child pornography. That's not even a word to mess with. And obstruction of justice in a 2019 indictment alleging he conspired with others to rig his Cook County trial years ago by paying off a teenage girl who he sexually assaulted on a now infamous videotape. Also facing trial are Kelly's former business manager, Daryl McDavid, and another associate, Milton June Brown, who, according to the indictment, schemed to buy back incriminating sex tapes that had been taken from Kelly's collection and hide years of alleged sexual abuse of underage girls. The trial is expected to last 4 weeks. A total of 41 potential jurors were questioned today, Tuesday. Among those excused was a woman who suffered from a dizzy spell, just as Lena Weber was asking her how long she had lived in her current address. Emergency responders were summoned to the building, and the woman was dismissed from jury duty. Man, she couldn't even handle the pressure of questioning. Imagine her watching those tapes. I'm hoping everybody.
She would have straight fell apart, fell out, and some more stuff.
Everybody's health is in order.
Right.
To process Lena Weber's questions for each potential juror, focused on what they might have seen or heard about Kelly in the news and whether they've watched the Lifetime docuseries that detailed many of the sexual misconduct allegations that are part of the indictment. Seated at the defense table, Kelly took an active part in the selection process, putting headphones on to listen to sidebar conversations and whispering, often with his attorneys. The singer also visibly reacted to many prospective jurors' answers, including one woman, a retired teacher, who had him laughing out loud when she proudly said she filled out the questionnaire all by myself. So he's having a good time in Chicago. Sounds like a far cry from New York.
Right. He got all his character and personality coming out. He had this stupid ass face in Brooklyn looking crazy. Now he walking in smiling, waving, like he on the runway, Miss America run. And I'm willing to bet that retired teacher favors his mom or the Miss McGlynn. Because he made up that fantasy about how in love he was. That's probably why he picked that one out.
Mm-hmm.
And that means he's still on his BS.
Of course he is. And he was checking people out in his way.
Because you know what? They said he was doing that behavior in the first trial with the one juror lady that he ended up taking out to eat. Smiling and giggling. Yeah.
I definitely believe that.
He has to change. This is serious and dangerous.
They say attorneys for McDavid, meanwhile, filed a motion late Monday arguing that the indictment should be thrown out altogether, saying prosecutors waited inexcusable and unnecessary amount of time to bring the charges. And FYI, I read that 10-page motion in the member channel or on the member channel this morning. So if you want to hear the details of that and some extra commentary from your girl, go on back there, $1.99 a month, click the join button or take the link out of the description box and put it in your browser to join. For that little $2, you get a whole lot, okay? And it's well worth it. So I encourage you to go ahead and join up. Let's see. In the decades since the alleged conduct occurred, the filing states key witnesses who could help McDavid's case have died. And important evidence related to Kelly's 2008 trial in Cook County Circuit Court were destroyed after the standard 7 years had passed, McDavid's attorneys argue. Federal attorneys have known about the central videotape for years and about at least one agreement to try to take back another incriminating tape, the filing alleges. Prosecutors did nothing while being fully aware of the allegations and possessing evidence for decades. As a result, they let substantial pieces of evidence get lost to time, the filing states. Lena Weber said Tuesday he would defer ruling on the request. So I'm assuming, I think defer means to put it off, right? He wasn't gonna do it right then, but he was gonna. That's what I'm thinking. I meant to look it up. All right. Yes. Welcome all new subscribers. What Lindell thinks. Welcome back. All my trial people are here. That's so he can try to play Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, he think he charming and he feeling comfortable because he back in his hometown in his
Right.
stomping grounds. And I guess
And let's not forget, Bonjean is not one who plays those type of games. She probably prepped him ahead of time and told him to get his attitude in the right place and to appear, you know what I'm saying, a certain way. I'm pretty sure, because I don't think that Canic and Notebook guy, I can't remember his name, in New York probably had much engagement with him. They were very new to the case. They probably told him, just sit there. We got this, you know? Okay. Potential jurors' identities are being shielded from the public during this jury selection, and very little was revealed about them as Lena Weber asked each person to clarify answers they had written on a questionnaire. The majority of those who were dismissed for cause by the judge said they would have trouble being fair due to Kelly due to what they already knew about the case. Others claimed medical issues or other hardships would make it difficult to serve for such a lengthy period. Some judges faced with a prospective juror who is iffy about their neutrality will try to rehabilitate them, reminding them of their civic duty to be fair and asking pointedly if they can fulfill that obligation. But Lena Weber dismissed everyone who expressed even the tiniest doubts about their impartiality. And that's so true, because when I did jury duty, I've done it a few times. They do like try to, like, I got my reasons and they just like, well, what about this? Or can you do, you know, it's like, no, but I had to do it. I had to do it. It's different from what I feel like, because I did a federal grand jury as well. And I think that was the one was I the alternate in that one? No, I was on the jury. But yeah, that wasn't fun at all. It wasn't even an interesting case.
wow.
I'm sure this case, I probably wouldn't have minded. I probably wouldn't have minded, even though I didn't probably want to see those tapes. I don't want to see those tapes over and over, because they're not going to just watch them one time. They have to analyze those tapes.
Yeah. They listen to audio and video. Some might be unsure. They could go through it again. All this mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
his hometown. Go ahead.
McDavid sounds like he gonna be having fits and outbursts and stuff throughout this trial. Y'all, my opinion, and I think
we will surely find out, because they gonna tell us.
He acting like he more nervous and worried about, and scared than R. Kelly.
Well, girl, this white man with all this money, who has been living affluently for all these years, ain't trying to go to prison. Okay. R. Kelly might be cool with it. R. Kelly been in there for 3 years, but he's been on house arrest. And remember, he just had some type of psych evaluation and some type of a violation.
Yeah.
Not parole, his pretrial agreement. Something happened when he went to that funeral and they let him take that bracelet off. I don't know what. So he might have an outburst or two, because he might have a couple of screws loose at this point.
But it makes me think and wonder. He wants his defense team, as far as McDavid, to request and want to see these the tapes, want to know if it's authentic or the original one, because he has to look at it and know if it's been copied or not or whatever. That just, to me, in my brain, confirms what was reported, what Jim Derogatis and a few articles said, that he installed a lot of those cameras in them ceiling and walls for R. Kelly and tripods and stuff for him, because he took theater at Kenwood Academy. Now, how would you, I guess he know his work and his product of equipment that he uses. That's why he want to know. Let me look at it and I'll tell y'all if it's authentic or not. Because he seemed like he was #1 film director that was on the scene in these torture homes. And that, to me, you just told on yourself again, McDavid.
He knows what was on those tapes. He's seen that.
He knows. He might have been on a tape or two himself.
because everybody has to get dirty. Everybody has to do something incriminating too. And I think that that's probably why R. Kelly been so quiet and giggling sometimes or whatever, because he been probably accepted his fate. Like, yeah, I don't get caught one day, but right now, and when I do, I'm still gonna enjoy my thoughts and my songs and all the horrible things, because he don't have no conscience. R. Kelly don't feel bad about not one red thing that he done. And he looking at them fools like, oh, y'all got your feathers roughed up. You upset and worried. I ain't worried about nothing. Hell, we all did some dirty stuff. That's how Kelly looking at it. He vacationing in this mess. They sitting up there trying to get the hell home.
Right. Or stay home. Because,
yeah,
you know, once that ankle bracelet comes off, you might get them cuffs around them wrists.
He might be, he gonna be getting them other ankles, the grippers.
Okay. That's gonna be horrible for him.
Lord.
Okay, so they say that the trial is Kelly's first criminal case to go before a jury in his hometown since his stunning acquittal 14 years ago on the Cook County case. Just imagine, had he just go ahead and been accountable and done that time, he would have been home.
Yeah,
I think they were trying to give him 12. Was it 12 years? It was something
I know it was somewhere between 10 or whatever. It wasn't no over 50.
No, it was not. It wasn't 30, that's for sure. They say Kelly faces a total of 13 counts, including production of child pornography, conspiracy to produce child pornography, and conspiracy to obstruct justice. Some of the counts carry a mandatory minimum of 10 years behind bars if convicted, while others have ranges from 5 to 20 years in prison. Prosecutors are also seeking a personal money forfeiture of $1.5 million from Kelly. 1.5 million. That's the number of the year, I guess. Regardless of the outcome, Kelly is still facing decades in prison. In June, he was sentenced to 30 years on federal racketeering charges brought in New York. He is appealing both the jury's verdict and the sentence in that case. And there's the wrap up from the Tribune. All right. Let me see what y'all talking about over here. Ooh, this chat is moving. Y'all is excited tonight. Maybe he got him a man in there. That's where that Indian man is. Oh, you talking about his ex cellmate, the one he was supposed to having a relationship with? R. Kelly been moving and grooving up in these. I was about to say in these YouTube streets, child.
Yeah. He probably have in his own little sneaky way through the hands of other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I might have to run downstairs in a minute to grab something.
Okay.
But just be right there. Okay. JC said, I want to know how Bonjean sleeps at night. She knows he's guilty. She knew Cosby was guilty, but the money and the fame. Yeah. That's what I think. And it seems like all her clients are black men of worth, financial meaning.
Yeah. Which is her game.
Yeah. Yep, Hazel, not just one time. Yep. JC, there are child porn charges in this case, but the 90s case was a state case. This is federal, so there's no double jeopardy. No double jeopardy. Thank you. People still saying that. I can't believe I saw that today in the chat.
Right. That is crazy. They can't let that go. They get a hold of something, these P-hivers, and they don't let it go. I mean, they be gun hold on it.
Especially if it fits their narrative. What Lindell thinks says, nah, he was trying to get some new selves. That's what people do. They go to funerals and churches and get new chicks. Oh.
Damn.
Oh, new slaves. You mean people to like do their bidding and stuff? He wouldn't even be alive if he knew that he wasn't getting out, and he would be done, killed himself. I mean, K-worded. Excuse me, YouTube. He's not built for that.
She has a condition, YouTube.
I have a condition. I be forgetting.
Her medicine is being delivered.
My medicine is being delivered as we speak. It might be the problem, actually. Okay, so
I have a condition too. Miss Della is our caregiver.
She ain't fit to be no damn caregiver.
She's monetizing. She's monitoring. She's She's monitoring our online free time.
Oh, you're right. She over there catching up on her shows. Okay, Sugar Brown said his ego wouldn't let him take that
That
plea
is
deal.
not true.
I was like, come on, caregiver, you're taking a little bit, looking bad out here.
The slander. No, we just checking we just checking your gangster tonight. Just making
Right,
sure you
Miss
with us.
Stella. Miss Stella say, I ain't going nowhere right here.
Oh man, we love ya.
I love you to the moon and beyond.
But yeah, he definitely could have had a plea deal and could have maybe even incorporated some time served up in there. I mean, like, I don't know what he was thinking. I guess he's still stuck in 2008.
No,
He
yeah,
is.
yes, he is. He's stuck in time. His ass is stuck in time, and he believed he didn't do anything wrong. He's innocent.
Yep. In his mind, that was his decade.
Okay, that was his era, child, and that era has come and gone. Okay, Me Too, time's up. It's age of Aquarius. It's a new era. What Lindell thinks the only reason he hasn't is because he thought he was going to get away. Yeah, I agree, and I think he thought he was really going to be able to go to Dubai or wherever it was he was trying to get up out of here and go.
Yeah, he was.
Early stages. I think he didn't think that was going to be it when they got him on the 19th of July in 2019, or the 17th, was 17th or 19th, one of those days.
But speaking of fleeing and getting away, did y'all see that elementary clay molding mask that he had that somebody made it easy $40,000 to make for him? My cat to make a better face mask than that. I thought that was the most elementary face mask clay dough put together I had ever seen.
I never saw that mask. I know there was like a $40,000 mask that was supposed to look like him. You talking about that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't think I saw it, or I haven't seen anybody try to put it on.
No, I ain't seen anybody try to put it on.
Wait, did John Russell have that too?
I think so. The one, it was in a box or something. It was. I seen that clip that they showed. I guess as it opened up or something, they opened the box or whatever. I remember they said it was 40,000 or something like that, and I said, "Boy, whoever designed that mask for him seen a dummy coming." That was half-ass put together. He would have really got caught for sure. What?
Oh, I wanted to answer Candace. Where I saw a comment. Hold on. I passed it up. I think Candace asked if we were covering the whole trial, and the answer would be yes, God willing.
Yes.
God willing. Even if it's just a quick update. But these will probably be the quickest because I'm telling you, tomorrow, the opening arguments, and then, of course, the testimonies are going to be giving us life. We're going to be getting information. I mean, it's going to be something. And we did cover New York, so this is not our first rodeo. I'm trying to learn from my last mistakes, although I don't think we really had any. We kind of flowed through that whole thing. Aside from the last, the day that they gave the verdict, when I was traveling and all that craziness. Poor Miss Della was going through her stuff. Everybody had a little thing to deal with, but all right, Candace, she says she's here for it, and we are here for you, babes. Welcome.
Thank you. You know what? I thought that Black Fox was gonna get barred and banned from all federal court buildings and jailhouses and properties and stuff. She done flew her butt out there to Chicago, and I pray to God that Chicago don't be relaxed and content with the BS that they're going to try to bring like they did in Brooklyn. I really do. She shouldn't be allowed to go to their federal court room or jail in nowhere in the United States of America.
You might want to tell the people why you think that, because some people aren't really up on who's Sylvia? Who are you even talking about? What are you talking about? Give them some details.
Sylvia, which I call her Dry, Hoe. I call her that. But anyway, she had the federal court building shut down in Brooklyn. She's R. Kelly supporter because she was smuggling with her crew, trying to smuggle phones in the rolls of her access pork chop sandwiches from Uber Eats. And she set up there, was going live. She has victim shamed to the utmost where she's sharing their personal information on the internet. I just don't. She just do too much. She had the whole court. Y'all seen it on CNN. If y'all follow bits and pieces or the whole trial in the Brooklyn, it was because of her. They locked it down and had to strip search her. Some terrible. That was her word. What she said. But they go out there and they harass. They get into these arguments and fights. They carry on and they do all this mess. It's embarrassing, you know.
And let me say this. This picture of her is recent because this is the one I was looking for the other day because I was going to ask y'all what y'all think of her new skunk do. Her little skunk look she got going on.
Oh, but Miss Skunky to be. Yep.
But wait, I didn't even put tampering on the screen. That's on her screen.
Oh. Okay.
And so saying how she was trying to tamper with the trial.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Tampering right there. That's her new name. Tampering. Yep. She tampered.
Miss Tampering.
On her business. Hey, Daphne G. Welcome back. Everybody's good. Yes, thank you. Do you think he will marry Joycelyn and have a heck no? No. No. Okay. This is infamous Sylvia. She is a Beehive YouTuber, and I say Beehive because she goes above and beyond, doxing people.
Yep.
Scamming her subscribers.
Facts.
All kinds of just disgusting things.
Yep.
She comes across, she puts herself out there as this Bible thumping Christian, when in actuality, behind closed doors, she has literally two horns and a pointed tail.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
That's who this is. And as Beautiful Spirit was trying to explain, is that in the New York trial, she was responsible for there was a shutdown that happened, and it's because the judge caught wind that this woman has been she was doing things such as she was live streaming someone giving her a description of the jury, which was supposed to be a confidential jury. Okay, I gotta give me a second, but you guys can carry on for me, please.
Miss Della, would you like to say something?
Picture down.
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, this woman has done this. This woman.
Wait, I want to say this too. There was something you had wanted to address. I think we had talked earlier, so this might be the time to get into that real quick.
Oh, okay. You know so I'll get into that. So we don't need all that dryness, y'all, because we over here, we pumped up full of life and energized. Anyway, I had my mind was what stuck out to me. I was wondering, I don't know if anybody remember when Gloria already did a press conference with this one couple, an elder man and a woman, an elderly woman, and he said that he was crying when he was making this statement. This man, he said he was going through some old boxes in his home from the attic or wherever it was upstairs, part of the house. I think he said it was upstairs, and he don't know how this tape of R. Kelly with a minor got in the midst of his old basketball coaching days, when he used to coach basketball to kids. And he said that he never met R. Kelly, he never coached him, never went and seen his games. He don't know how, and it was titled and labeled. And he said that his wife is the one that told him to turn it over to the authorities. They came out to the house. Well, I was wondering, is this the 80-year-old or 80-some-year-old witness supposed to be that's for the prosecutor side? Or did they ever, I've never found an update on, did they ever find out, did the government and detectives ever find out how did he get in possession of this tape in his home if he allegedly never knew R. Kelly and stuff? Like, I wondered just how did that all come about? And did anybody know? And I was just wondering, that's what I was wondering. Whatever happened with that situation, and do we think that this person will be in this Chicago trial?
I didn't hear anything else about it. He know damn well how he got that tape. He bought it just like the rest of us did. A tape is not going to magically appear in somebody's basement in a box. So again, it was a lot of those tapes that went around. They all are complicit and they all are guilty. You running around trying to recover pornography tapes of your client with children. You breaking your neck and then you try to squirm your way out of it. You know it was bad then and you know it's fucking bad now. Just your ass got caught and then you don't know how to weasel out of it. So you trying to use every little tactic you can.
Right. Every little tactic. Oh, and then the other thing that I was bringing out, I was thinking about too, that stuck out to me. I had I'm bringing up again actually tonight twice. The reason why I said he probably was up to his old tricks when it came to the retired teacher that was the the lady that told Judge she did the thing all by herself, was because he always wanted to have the victims role play, dress up like one of his kids, his sister, depending on their description, wearing ponytails, barrettes. Allegedly he's having photos of family members and want you to be the brother, the uncle, the want you to look like this, talk like that, make yourself sound like a 13-year-old, a 5-year-old, Miss McGlynn. And when I found out, at first he made it seem like he had this bond with Miss McGlynn, the music teacher, because she looked and favored his mom so much, and he was in love with his mama. He wanted to marry his mother. He wished it was a way they could have been together. And Miss McGlynn said that she never had no closeness with him. She was one of the first teachers that reported him when he was coming up there to the school, and she had ended up losing her job because she was supposed to be minding her business. And I was wondering, what this lady looked like, this juror. That's probably why he was doing that. And they said he was doing that in the first trial, picking out certain people in the jury, winking at them, smiling at them, waving at them during the trial, and coming in all happy. And then I was wondering, McDavid, what he want to know about who the prosecutors have to testify. What is he so worried about? Because he don't know. I think what it is McDavid probably either had his own cult going on. I think when he was double dipping and meeting up with some of the victims, lying, saying that he was collecting the money or whatever the meetup was for R. Kelly. I think he was probably taking some for himself, saying, "Oh, you belong to me. You ain't calling back to him." Ain't no telling what's going on. But I think he been recorded too as well, and it's something that he do not want to get out. But I wanted to ask everybody opinion about that.
About the tape or
about the tape. But you know what, Miss Della? I was wondering, I wonder how many people, they said that they never found out who was delivering all these tapes, no fingerprints on these envelopes and letters, no kind of forensic evidence. Nobody's over 30 years. That's a long run. And allegedly how this man was filming it at all times with your phone, his phone, your laptop, your camcorder, and battery go dead, gotta get the other one. That I just don't understand. Is that true, or that's just what they telling the public? And then also, what caught and stood out to me that put hairs on my back, when that prosecutor said numerous of people have been killed, during the time as they led up to this trial. And that means when they say numerous, I think it's because it's more than what they don't reveal to the public as far as the deaths surrounding this case.
Okay, so you wanted to know how. The first question was, you wanted to know how the tapes emerged from the first. So I remember, and I can't speak on if I'm not sure about what you call charge. I can't speak on the rest of the tapes, but I can speak on what Lisa Van Allen said. She said when she took the tape, she said he told her he would pay her to get the tape back. However, she had to take a polygraph test. When she told him that the person had the tape, she passed the polygraph test and was given a sum of money. When it went to the individual failed the polygraph test. That's because he was out there videotaping those tapes. That's why. That's how the first tape got out.
Okay.
So you breaking your neck. You breaking your neck trying to get this back. It was too late. That's why
they said the
blurry.
record labels also had employed people to go out and help them get those tapes back too.
Yep, they sure did. They had interviewed a few of them.
Well, like I said, now that was in Chicago. I'm talking about here on the East Coast too. There was at the flea market. It was a man that was selling those tapes as well. So
I think the
you had a
labels
lot
were
of copies to try to get back.
Nah, I believe the labels were working nationwide, and I don't think it was just the Chicago thing.
Right.
They were literally out there really trying to, because mind you, he was making them a ton of money.
Yep.
And at that time, this kind of thing just wasn't heard of for somebody like him to get tried and convicted. So they were used to pulling those type of tactics. He's not the first one.
Heck no.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the record label, see, they need to be held accountable too.
Yeah, I believe they do also. But I think that if they didn't get pulled into this, I mean, it could be an after thing. Maybe after he's convicted, then maybe more people, will get indicted. But I don't know. I just feel like they should have been pulled into the RICO. Like that would have been the place to do it. Let's see. No, I think it's the bus driver that's going to testify. Are you talking about the 80-year-old man that the was describing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you were saying about who did you say again? Because I had to go on mute.
I was wondering, did anybody know about the update?
Oh, the man that got the tapes.
In his house, and he didn't know.
Okay.
So
I wanted to
you think the bus driver is going to testify?
Well, he claimed he gave his testimony in front of the grand jury back then, and he was willing to face any consequences if he was to face any, of like basically you were there, you didn't say nothing, you could have reported it or something. Like he said, if he had to be held accountable, he was willing to accept that. But he said he kept saying it. People got to understand back then in that time of era, I just was trying to make my money. I was just making my money so I could support my family. You get paid, you do your job, and you go home.
Yeah, but if you're paying to do a job that's covering up crimes, you are a criminal at that point.
I agree. You're complicit.
Yeah. What's going on? No. Yes to no. So I wanted to, since we're talking about Chicago, we're talking about the minor victims who were on tape and the obstruction of that trial and trying to get those tapes back and all that stuff. So I wanted to talk a little about RL, who is, I think they're going by numbers. They said, well, that's the jury, excuse me. They're identifying the jury by numbers, but they're identifying the witnesses. I'm not sure. I heard they're changing the names, but she's right now being called minor one in the motions. So minor one, RL, she's the big star witness, right? And she's the victim said to be in the original tape where we saw, well, I didn't see, y'all saw him urinating on this child and violating her east, west, north, and south.
Yeah.
And her parents turning a blind eye and all of that. So this trial is about the undoing of that corruption. Okay. So with that said, we've been hearing things about the parents, how, they were taking, we know the father was working for him as I think a basis for years and years. And the son, her brother is now a drummer for a lot of famous acts. And we know that is due to, his connections.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely been taking care of the family. Shamanic Journey is here. Welcome. Robert Millington, what's going on, man? Y'all remember Robert Millington?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
No, I
Welcome.
do not.
How's your daughter doing? You don't? Well, remember we helped him raise money to get his daughter an iPad.
Yep.
Oh yes. How's that
in
damn iPad doing? I
in
remember
Jamaica.
that.
Yes, we do work over here too. We don't brag about it, but we help people. That's what's called the Warrior Fund.
Yes.
What's going on, Robert Millington? So yeah, so we're talking about minor one, and I just wanted to. So yesterday, I think it came up. We were talking about how she, her father passed away, and he was also supposed to testify, and but her mother is going to testify, and so now we're hearing that the father actually testified on his deathbed, and actually this came from another YouTuber who was reading an article, I think from Vulture magazine. But
Deathbed confession.
Deathbed.
Deathbed confession, though.
That's what they said.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what they said. I don't know. So with that said, there's the I guess the thought is that maybe that's why she waited till her father passed before coming forward, because he would have gone to prison probably. Maybe that was the thing. I don't know. But I want
And that sounds even more suspect, though. Sorry, I mean, that don't even make it sound any better. Like it was natural causes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Wow.
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah, it does seem fishy, right?
yeah,
And
she
Very fishy, man.
And
That's
remember,
crazy.
I don't know if you heard the motion this morning. So I read the new motion that came out this morning, which
I
was
did. I heard it on the member channel.
okay. So yeah, so on that in that motion, they stated that it's not fair for this indictment to be able to live because it's so old and a lot of the witnesses have died. They said numerous witnesses have died. And
Which are?
Exactly. That's what we want to know. I was waiting for the list of names too. I was like, okay,
who killed them?
Yeah,
Right.
what happened to them? Who are they?
Well, then you had Bojique made the statement in one of the paperwork. She telling the judge about if she be alive, she'll be there in Chicago. If like as if she already know it's a chance. She might be like a gone to the glory, Miss Mitch.
A target.
Mm-hmm.
So Daddy's girl said her dad died from a heart attack. So
It's
I don't know.
many ways to make it look like a heart attack or blood clot or something.
That was the first story I had heard actually, but then to hear the reporter state that it was a deathbed confession, that's something different. I wanted to play the funeral footage of RL to just gauge her sentiment and see her reaction about her dad, because if her dad and her, we'll just put it on the dad at this point, because the dad was the father. He was the he's the big head of the household. He's the man who was supposed to protect his daughter. And he did not do that. Instead, he took a job and a used car. And I don't know, just let his whole family just seem like their family still seems close knit. But I don't know. Well, aside from Sparkle, let me just say that, because I guess she's
they wanted Sparkle to shut up about her business.
Yeah, they iced her out. But let me pull this up.
I just want to say before you do that, that I joined the panel because I'm already home, and also because Miss Della raised me.
That's right.
I raised her. So boom.
Thank
Okay.
you.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Oh shit. I raised you. Okay, let me
I'm gonna mute my mic and listen to this stuff, child.
Yeah, because the volume is a little low. So yeah, we have to mute your mics. So just to note, that is RL with the long ponytail with the mic in her hand currently. And I believe that's her brother. Is that her mother next to her?
I believe it's her mom, but I'm not 100% sure.
either her aunt or mother, and then the brother. Okay, I don't know who that is behind them. If that's the pastor or some family friend, I don't know.
I believe it's some friend that was doing music or helping him with his music or something like that.
This volume is so low, y'all. So I don't know if this is gonna work. So tell me. Let me just play it. But I have everything up as high as it could go.
Anybody that knows me knows that my father was my heart. An entire piece of me is missing.
Right. Somebody come off mute. Y'all gonna have to stay. There's captions at the bottom, I see.
But it's one thing that I can stand here and I can say with strength and honor is that no matter what I went through, whether I was up or whether I was down, or whether I was forsaken, he never left my side. He never judged me. Anything that I did or who I was, it only made him love me more.
That's very, that right there hits home for what's going on here. He never forsaked her, never judged her, anything for anything she did.
I mean that, yeah, like you saying that, you okay. This, you know what happened. Oh
But
Lord.
you know what? The way I'm taking this, she was a child. He can't judge you because there were parents and adults. How could he judge you and look down upon you? And she's talking like as if she was an adult, went through a bad marriage or something, and he stuck by her side, and she had to come back home for a while. That I don't think she realized she was a child. She did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong.
I agree.
Thank you,
Hmm.
Sharita. Okay, Sharita made a point that I already was kind of like, that doesn't really make sense because that grand jury, so he testified, they all testified, right? And that was in 2019. He wasn't on his deathbed in 2019. Like, he was not on his deathbed. I know he was not. And when was this funeral? When did he pass? It was this year, right?
Either this year or last year, but it definitely wasn't in 2019.
No. And Lindell, this is this is the main victim in this Chicago case's father's funeral. The father who is in the indictment as being a part of the payoff and the having, not helped, but gone along with obstructing the trial. Let's see. Okay, I'm just looking at the comments. This is the email show, baby. This is what you sent me. Thank you. This volume is really low though, but that's really all I wanted to kind of point out though, was her sentiment of her father. I don't know how much more there is. Let me see.
He taught me how to love my son.
Okay, she said he taught her how to love her son. So yeah, she's now a new mom. I think her son is going on 2 now, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he showed me a love that I've never experienced before. Music will live on, but it will never be the same. And I just want to tell my father, thank you for your loyalty.
Loyalty.
Key words that they use.
Yes. This whole message is cryptic to me.
R. Kelly taught them, drilled loyalty, one of the words in there, a lot of the victims' heads.
Y'all hating on Lisa Van Allen. Oh, okay. So July of 21. Okay.
Mhm.
So it was okay. So I didn't realize it was that long ago, but still. Um, and the way she was contacting the prosecutors after reading the text messages between the prosecutor that was in question and her, she was not being pursued. She was pursuing them. She was the one calling and with updates and asking questions and looking for updates. Like that's what I saw. She was chasing them. They weren't chasing her. Okay.
Mm.
Thank you, Wayne. Wayne said, look, you want to catch the replay if you're just getting in here.
I
Okay,
wonder,
so go ahead.
did the mom ever, I wonder did the mom or the father ever apologize to her? And I wonder how is the mom gonna uphold and feel now that the truth is really being exposed and told to the world. You gotta face the music and tell how y'all failed y'all daughter. How can you been looking in her face all these years and you got her thinking this is normal and it's okay, and she thinking in the back of her mind she did something wrong or was disappointing in their eyes, and they showed her like, no, she wasn't. I want to know how she gonna be looking in on that stand. I want to know what can she explain why she didn't try to do nothing to protect her child.
Because she wanted money. That's the
Hmm.
reason why.
And why she's so mad at Sparkle for calling the authorities, and you still not talking to Sparkle, cause y'all looking at her like she ain't loyal to the family. She's the enemy, cause she talking to the law.
That lady would not have a good end to her life. I can guarantee you that much. I don't even know how she can even sleep at night,
Make me
knowing
make me wonder.
what the hell was going on with her
Right.
child.
Make me wonder is the mama handler, and then she better keep the grandbaby away from her.
Candace, there's a link that's a StreamYard link. You can click that link and join us if you want to come in and speak on the case. Chi-Town is letting us know that she was one of the trainers, and I think we were talking about that yesterday because I mentioned Juice being a trainer.
Yeah, just
And
tried to get my cousin, y'all.
oh,
Yeah, my cousin told me she remembered her, kept trying to offer her a drink, wanted her to come join her and R. Kelly at an after party. And my cousin was young back then and would look the younger, small frame like me. And she told me when I showed her the update when they had a picture on the news, she said, I remember her. I got the confirmation, the conversation.
mm.
Hmm. She
Well,
said she got a nasty mouth. She said the woman just he sent her around the nightclub on the dance floor where she running up to people.
the mother has a Doctor of Divinity degree. So what is that? Some type of pastor?
Them be the number ones.
I know.
I just don't
Wow.
trust if you could be okay with your child, something that you birth in this world, being abused by a monster, and you okay, you and for I can only imagine what you do to the next child. That's why I be questioning everybody that stuck around him and was okay, and they're still okay with him. They all have some kind of attachment to him. They cooperating, but they hoping and praying he get the message. I didn't want to do this. I love you. Like type. There's loyalty to him. You probably was participating and indulging in pedophilia yourself.
There it is. I want to invite Candace to the stage.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I wanted to to speak on Rashonda and her family. So
Mm-hmm.
I have read Jim Darragada's book,
Mm-hmm.
and he gives very, very detailed accounts about the beginning to the end, so forth to what so far has happened.
Yeah.
And in one passage of the book, he spoke about going and interviewing Rashonda's father. And so one room he was in, and the other room another writer was in with the mother, and he was saying to the father, you know. This happened with your daughter, and why wouldn't you testify against this man? And the father actually started breaking down crying. And as
Mm-hmm.
soon as he felt as though the father was about to speak, the mother came into the room and made them leave the house completely.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm.
So
Adam and Eve all over again.
Thank you thank you, Queen, for that. I believe it. I believe it so heartily. I really do. And it's not my personal feelings, but I can see that. I could see that. That's believable.
and then also,
Wow.
because he's the one who actually was the only one to testify, on during the trial, he was crying during his whole testimony. He
Mm-hmm.
knew that he was lying for R. Kelly. And then another thing, Rashana actually lived with R. Kelly recently. You know what I mean? As Riel spoke, did you watch that show called Presidents?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
She said on there, she said, yeah, then I found out, about the girl, Rashana, but they were calling her Sean or something like that. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, she's been around since the trial. She just went and put money on his books. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I think it's
Yeah.
more of I'm testifying because I don't want to get in trouble, because she was the one that the girls are saying are like the trainer, and she's the
Mm-hmm.
girl who, once the new girls come in, she's teaching them what to do and how to please daddy, and you know what I mean. So I think it's more um, so they won't get in trouble. And then the last thing, that they just filed bankruptcy once he went to jail.
Yes,
You know
I
what I
remember
mean?
that. Yeah.
Right. So this
Now, is it true?
family,
Because I remember that, and I remember them saying that. Did she work care? I remember
I'm
them
sorry,
saying
could
about the bankruptcy, and I remember something about her working for a daycare or preschool or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm. Like a
see, I don't.
sub teacher's aide or something at
And
elementary.
that was a little alarming to me, just a little bit, because, and I'm not saying she's, doing anything
I
improper,
know.
but
See, I never heard of
she's
that.
coming from the world of R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Right.
we don't
And
need, yeah, we don't need her around
he
children.
had that one girl bringing her 6-year-old niece from daycare, her sister's daughter. It make you wonder who else he had, somebody bringing in kids. I remember reading that same article from a major news site magazine, Got Us Done. I remember that. We might have to dig that up if it haven't been scrubbed from the internet.
Mm.
Um, that she was with him in recent times, and even flying her out. And I guess her friend, allegedly is a best friend or a close friend, was there too as well. At different homes, whatever, helping out with this satanic sexual training mess. But I know for a fact that they claim, I believe, I could see. I don't know if it was in a book.
I think I know what you're talking about, because I remember reading something also, or hearing something. They were speaking about basically you having to prove yourself to him, and they were
Right.
proving
Right.
themselves in different ways. By one girl was molesting her niece or something like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. Is that what you're
Yeah.
talking
Yep.
about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah. So I definitely heard that too.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yulita made
Hey,
it.
Yulita. um and about how he makes sure they all know who was number one. Who was number one before her was Aaliyah. God rest her soul, Aaliyah. And then her, nobody comes close to them. And then it was the other young queen. um I'm not gonna say her. I'm not trying to say their names because a lot of their names have been mentioned more often than should. And I know we never disrespect the victims, but and how they're never to address her, talk to her, look at her, because a few of them got beaten and slapped. Because one, I don't know who told what. I don't know if it was another young girl was saying that they wanted to ask her, how can I, master these sexual things so he could pick me or like me. And she done went and told, oh, she talking to me and all that, and he done came there beat on the little girl, telling her about they ain't never to look at her and address her unless told to do so.
Andrew
Mhm.
said her and Juice were high school
That's
friends.
just like
Okay.
That's the first time I heard that.
right, right. So RL, one else. You know what I mean? That's just
Mm,
one incident that we know of. So it could have been
yeah.
more people that she brought in, but that's one
Right.
person that we know
Right.
for
Right. Right.
sure.
Right.
That's like the woman who wrote You said don't say their names. Okay, well the one who wrote the book that worked at the
Initial.
radio station.
Okay. Well, we can say her name. You talking
Um,
about Cash?
her
Kitty Jones.
no, Kitty Jones. Right. So
Oh,
remember,
oh,
did you
her.
guys read
Okay.
her
Yeah.
book?
I didn't get a
Okay,
chance
well
to
she
read.
was
I
in,
actually forgot that she wrote a book. To be honest,
No, I
I
did not
forgot.
read her book.
okay. So she was saying in her book, see, I didn't read all their books. See, she was saying that one day she was in a limo and she was having a conversation with RL. You guys know what I'm talking about when I said that?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Rashana.
The one on the
yes.
Okay.
screen.
Okay.
The one on the screen. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So she was having a conversation with her. And once she got out of the car and she was somewhere, she ended up getting smacked upside her head, and he was like, "Don't talk to anybody." Da, 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 da. And then another incident, she said the girl was having a conversation with her. She said she didn't say anything this time, and she ended up getting beat up again. She said, I don't know what this girl had against me, but she would constantly lie on me, and I would get beat up every time I was around her. Talking about, yeah, talking about Rashana, like she would get her beat up all of the
Mm.
time when she was um, alone with her. Yeah, and by the time she got back to R. Kelly, she did lied and said that she did this. She had a conversation, or she looked at a guy, or anything, and she would get beat up every time. You know, they were by themselves. So she said she had to say something to him like, "I don't know what this girl has against me, but I'm not doing these things, and I don't want to keep getting beat up behind her."
I have a
I think
question. Can you guys hear me okay?
cultivate. Yes. Didn't he cultivate
Okay.
that type of behavior though in his little camp? Because I
Yeah, he
understand
did.
he used to turn them against each other and like cause them
Yep.
to be
We
toxic.
read it in the transcripts. We sure
Right.
did.
Okay. Go ahead,
I have
Shimon.
I have a question. Referring to Jim's book because I also own the book as well.
Yeah.
Um, Jim mentioned there was a 13-year-old girl. I don't know if she's going to be a part of the Chicago case, but the parents weren't, like the Landfairs. They weren't struggling with money.
Yeah, they were rich.
Um,
Right.
yeah, and he mentioned that they lived in a McMansion, basically a really big house that looks like a mansion, but it doesn't have the square footage to actually be considered a mansion. And she was 13, and from what I recall, he said in the book that she was friends with victim one.
Mm.
Right.
So I'm
That.
wondering, what is she one of those people on the tapes? Is she going to be? Because it's kind of like the parents were very just you know invasive. They didn't want Jim or Abdon to be at their door to ask them questions as journalists. They were very
Yeah.
avoidant.
Yeah. Did her
And
father come out and like scream at him?
yeah, he did. He was just like, "Get off my property, or I'm gonna whoop
Yeah.
your
That's my
ass,"
property.
that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's like, it just seems like there's just a bunch of it's kind of like, with um, the Javante Cunningham and Tiffany Hawkins. It's that same scenario, but
Oh,
with urine. It's like they have to go and find, you got a friend, okay, bring her to me.
and you
It's
know
like
what?
Right.
that.
You actually are you perfectly transition this for me because that's my next and last little thing I want to show y'all
Okay.
is Instagram live with Javante and Tiffany, and Lizette Martinez joins them also. We'll just
Oh,
talk
really?
yeah, we'll just kind of talk through it. But real quick though, before we get to that, I want to say to Sharita, she said, wasn't R. Kelly mentioned on Dad's funeral program? And the answer is yes. And it was a very favorable mention, which I was questioning. I think we were on the phone earlier, Kim. I was saying, well, won't the defense try to use that to say, you guys gave him an honorable mention in your dad's funeral? What is this obituary? And
Mm-hmm.
this funeral, you're very forgiving of your father if this is really what happened. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? It just seems conflicting.
But okay, this last thing before we phase out to the next one. Speaking of him favorable and stuff, I cannot remember because y'all know when the indictments came and stuff, and we knew the trials was gonna be coming in the future for him. It was so many articles and updates and information was coming out on the internet, leaving, coming back, and everything. But anyway, did anybody read what I have read over 2 years ago? I remember reading, and it was an interview that Sparkle did, and I'm not sure if it was the Breakfast Club or radio station, but it was an article that I read. I didn't see a video of her interview, and she was saying that if she needed to cooperate in this trial, she'll do it again. And she had to do it all over again. She would. She said about how she got threatened or whatever and harassed, but she's not gonna she's gonna basically have her niece back. She said that she will hope to be able to see her niece and put her arms around her. And she said that she was told that when the government, I guess the government, when they was speaking to her and showing her, things that at first she looked at it like, it's just normal. Okay, yeah, we was doing this and, and it was just nothing wrong with it. And she said, I heard that she broke down when she really realized that was wrong and that was not normal what he had did to her. And she almost hit the floor. And she said, I wish I was there because I would have grabbed that baby and held her, never let her go.
You're referring to Rashonda's, I'm sorry.
Her auntie Sparkle. And I was wondering, did anybody ever hear about that conversation from her being interviewed or read that's what happened and why this girl is cooperating now?
Beautiful spirit, but I'm asking you, so you're saying that victim one basically had a flashback and realized what happened to her was horrible.
What was like evidence being presented again, like this is
during the grand jury. Are you talking about during the grand jury hearing or?
Yeah, well, I can't remember if what I read is Sparkle said that was in front of the grand jury, but she was saying that she hoped that the police would cooperate with the government. She said that she was told through a source, because the family's still in contact, communicate with her, that the government basically asked her again, she said versus the first time when the girl, she like, oh, that's just a golden shower. She said it was just so normal to her, no emotions, no affection at all. It didn't affect her. But she said,
because of him.
Yeah, and she heard that this go around with the government, and then also they needed her to identify one of those girls in one of those 12 play tapes that they never knew the girl's name that they seen in one of the footage. But they said that she had a breakdown, like it was like it really sunk in and resonated with her. What happened was wrong.
I just want to say though, before Goddess makes the transition to the Instagram Live, that I'm not in any way looking down on Roshona. I'm sorry, I said her name again, but I'm not looking down on this young lady for keeping quiet. To me, she's a victim, and none of this is her fault. And I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the same thing. That's why I'm so riding the parents, because I think the parents is the one that normalized it, that made it seem like it was okay. She was a child.
Yeah, she was a child, when that happened and everything. And one of her friends that was around when it happened, she said that when it was going around in the school, that she had a breakdown at school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When did
I remember that?
When this was going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if your parents is telling you to be quiet, don't say anything, of course you're not going to say anything.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's not that, don't you, I can see that, like how I was mentioned earlier, don't you want to go on vacation, nice things, you're doing this for the family, and we're proud of y'all. Be surprised. It's just like physical abuse. I went to school with kids that was getting abused at home and other things, and they thought that that's how other household was ran, and they they thinking that's what goes on every day with others, and
you know what else? He probably also used that group. And because you remember at at the time that for the cause group that she was in, they were doing that touring and everything. So I think
Yeah,
she used
he
that.
did. He sent them on tour out the country, and
Right.
I was gonna say that that's what's called. That's what the grooming is all about.
Because if
Being
you
groomed is being taught that this is
yeah,
right. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like coaching, training along the way, and that's brainwashing as well. And not only that, if y'all notice her body language at that funeral, I do see the grief for the loss of her father because kids love us unconditionally. I love mine, you know what I mean, and forgiving. But I think it was also a lot of mixed emotions, but also we don't know how she might be afraid of her mama. The mama was right there, probably making sure she don't say too much.
Well, wait a minute though.
That's
I
what
think that
you
there
know what,
might
and
be
that's what I
there
think it is. I
might
think it's a
well no, but I think there might be later on down the line a misunderstanding and a dislike for her father, just trying to process what happened to her. It
Right.
might not be now, but it will be in the long run. That's just only normal to me.
That's what the words I was looking for. I'm sorry y'all took all day, but yeah, I was just wondering anybody else hear something like that.
I hadn't heard that.
Thanks for having me, you guys, and
Oh,
I'll
thank
be
you.
tuned in. I'll be tuned in for every show coming up.
Thank you so much. Come back.
I will. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Jason Finch said no. I don't know why. Hi, Jason. I don't know what you're saying no to though.
He probably said no, he didn't hear about that.
Oh, okay. Andrew said Juice could be a minor 4 or 6. That would be something. Let me just before I switch over to the next video, let me make sure I get
I have
y'all.
another question, oh Goddess. They haven't updated the indictment for the Chicago Northern District of Illinois federal case. It's still the same.
There's it's superseded. I don't think it's been updated since the last update, but I'm trying to think what was the last update.
I think they removed Lisa Van Allen and then
yeah, they made her an individual and not a victim. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't think, but there have been updates. There were like 3 there was like 3 different ones, right? Or was that New York? Oh, now I'm getting confused.
Yeah, it was New York had more, but I was just wondering about Chicago because I didn't really see
I haven't seen a
major.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen an updated
Not
one.
even the Discovery. There's no Discovery out to where we can read because I know I had the Discovery for the Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, I have that too. We saw a little bit of it in one of the, I think it was one of the motions, and it was like bank records, and I went through it too, and I can't remember which one it was in though. It was a short one, but it was they said a lot of their Discovery is digital files, and it's like thousands and thousands and thousands, and a lot of it was transferred from New York actually.
Oh, now God is done.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to email you for it then.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll send you the whole. You can look through the motions.
Okay.
I don't remember which motion, but it was one of the recent ones. Go ahead.
Goddess and Shamanic and Warriors, Miss Della. I always wonder why publicly when the rest, they came in and got it far as R. Kelly, why is it that McDavid and June Brown stem cell were the ones that got taken down as well? They weren't the only 2 men that was extorting people and getting money and trying to collect tapes and that was involved in this camp. I wonder why the rest, like a lot of people that was knee deep and around since day one, like I'm gonna always go back to Deanna Copeland and Cheryl Mack. I wonder why they wasn't publicly said, it was known that they were co-defendants and arrested. It's so many others that did probably even more than what David and June Brown did, and they haven't been mentioned that I know of or we know of publicly on house arrest, out on bail, eventually gonna get arrested or nothing. There ain't no co-defendant for the other people. I mean, I just wonder why is specifically these 2 men with him and nobody else. That's what I don't get. Out of the whole 30-year crew members that he done had tightening from the lawyers and all down and the record label. they only have these two as his co-defendant, and they know for a fact, without a shadow of doubt, that other people was doing things. I mean, you got this one lady, the one woman, the old 80-something-year-old old lady talking about what she would do, giving the girls bath. You got the transcripts where you got Cheryl Mack saying, "Ooh, daddy is piss everywhere," all this stuff going on. I just wonder why.
They might have been the only ones that didn't snitch or didn't cooperate. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I hear you though. I hear you.
I just never understood that. I'm like, damn, they giving out that many immunity deals.
Yeah, they are, because he's been a slippery fish. You know what I'm saying? This thing, like, we wonder. The motion that was filed today is asking, why y'all wait so long to do this? Like, you guys have had the original tape. You guys have had there was another tape, something mentioned about another tape that was authenticated or something, but they were saying basically McDavid's team, like, you've had this information for years, like, and I want to know the same thing. I really do. I want to know, like, did they only take their time and get as much as they could because they knew they didn't want him to get away again, or
they needed more evidence. I mean, you
black
know,
girls, like, oh, it's just black girls, we don't care, because that's what it's insinuated. Oh, it's because it's black girls.
well, they needed more evidence, though. And I just kind of feel like they should have let the feds take over. The state should have never touched that first case. That should have never happened.
Ronnie Live, back, love. R. Kelly. Oh, Jason said R. Kelly's not gutty, not gooty. He's not gooty. Yulita, during both of these trials, there hasn't been any mention of drug use. That's what I was saying too. Cocaine and Molly's. She said there's coke, Molly's, and everything else. There's been no mention, and I was wondering, but maybe they didn't want to turn it into a drug case. Maybe just thing, because you got to find out, where'd you get the drugs from? You know what I'm saying? Like, it turns into something else. And
are they able to come back later with those, even though he's still not gonna get out? Like, when you already locked up, you gotta go to court today. Wait, why? What's going on? I ain't broke no prison rules. You got another case. What case? Yo, yeah, the drugs you selling and trafficking with them girls.
I'm locked up. That's all I can hear.
I'm ready for this video.
Okay. Yes, please like the video. It helps me very much, even though I don't think my likes are visible, but they still count. So please like the video. Yeah, let's get into the Instagram live. Let's see. Okay, before we pull it all the way open. Okay. See that? Okay.
It's keeping us segregated, each other. A couple years, it's just one thing. Right. Why am I by myself now? Where's everyone else? And so we didn't realize, literally, to Dominique, Azrael, Joycelyn, and Haley is what he started with us. We were urinated on, and I hate that those young ladies went through that. Nobody pooped on us, nobody fed us feces, nobody beat on us, because we would kick Robert's fucking ass. We were badasses.
I used to fight him too, but he hit me a few times.
Okay, are we hearing this?
Not really.
You can't hear it?
It's kind of like an echo, but
Okay. It might be because my volume is up too high. Let me turn my volume down some. So that's Javante on the left, Tiffany Hawkins right, and we're just saying names at this point because they're right here. And that's Lizette Martinez is at the bottom. And she just now, Javante said, we didn't have to eat no poop. We didn't get our asses beat. She's like, I'll beat Robert's ass. And then Tiffany said, well, I actually did get hit. But let's see if it gets any better. I turned it down just a little bit on my end.
He knew who we knew too, so he knew he couldn't fight on us. He knew every black stone in Chicago would have been on his heels. However,
I think she said he knew every Blackstone in Chicago would be on his heels. I think that's what she said. And I'm thinking it's a gang. Like if she would have messed with her. Okay, well, let me keep going.
If we hadn't had that type of associative backing, then where would we have ended up, and how would we have been treated outside of being sexually exploited as children? Because
that's enough. He didn't.
It really breaks your heart to see what he evolved into, and that it started then, and we didn't even realize that's what was happening.
Yeah, but you know what? What makes me the angriest people, honestly, that, and this is the reason why Robert being locked up right now is not really justice for me. It's because we all know Robert didn't do this alone. We all know Robert had help. Absolutely. So justice for me is not like all of this man is like, he's locked up now. It's kind of like, no, that's not enough. Because he absolutely could not have done that. He don't have the smarts.
Well, I think he's manipulative enough.
He's manipulative.
Definitely. He's the smartest person in the room.
Yes, he did. But he can't call and book you no fight. He can't. He couldn't. He can't voice that. Back then he did.
Well, back then you're right. Back then you're right. You're right.
I had to call the assistant.
There was no asking Alexa.
Absolutely
Nothing. Okay.
Series, nothing.
Somebody had to do all that stuff.
Well, yeah, he had a girl that would book the flights for me.
But these people, we're talking before they. These people knew so many people who sit on interviews swearing they say, "Oh, I had no idea." Oh, so many of them. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Famous people, parents that knew what was happening. So all that definitely knew because
that's neither here nor there. We'll get into that when we write our book.
But
for those of you guys who have been asking the second chapter and
So did you guys catch that there's going to be a book? These two, they say they're writing a book.
Yeah. Which ones?
Javante and Tiffany.
Okay. Now they don't know Lizette though. She came after them, correct?
They don't. They know each other now, yeah, but not at that time. So I guess Javante and Tiffany were together. During the whole Aaliyah era. They supposedly were the ones who were already there, right? When Aaliyah came.
Yeah, they were right they were in a music group with Aaliyah. They were I seen the pictures with Tiffany Hawkins in the one music video of Aaliyah, but Tiffany still got a baby face.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
which is good. Now, is she getting back into music? Because I heard that she was.
Well, they're gonna speak on music. I'll let that play. How's the sound for you? Is it better?
Just give the commentary because it's still a little. I'm gonna have to probably have you send it to me.
Oh, okay. I'll send you the link. Okay. Hazel said she said famous people's parents knew. We know who she's talking about.
Aaliyah's mom.
Must be.
But something, I kind of feel like, not to get off topic, but I kind of feel as though, her family was working behind the scenes with the feds in the New York case. That's how I feel. We just didn't know.
Oh, I wanted to bring up Hazel, who's here. Hazel, yesterday we were talking about Barry Hankerson, and Hazel had mentioned that he had testified in the grand jury, but she emailed me to correct herself, so I want to make that known. She said that she was mistaken and that it was a federal investigation. He spoke with the feds, so it wasn't the grand jury that she had recalled, that the information she had, so she just wanted to clear that up. So thank you, Hazel, for that. And JC said RL is one of those that helped him. She's a victim, but for years she didn't know. This became her normal life. She was what Kelly created her to be, and that makes me sad. Yeah. It's like, and Kim, you were probably right. She probably did have like an epiphany. It probably just hit her. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, like she was snapped out of it or something. Okay, Hazel said the group was called Second Chapter. Oh, that's what she just, okay, so that's what she just said. When she said second chapter, I thought she meant the book. I'm like, well, where's the first chapter? Okay, that makes got it. Okay, thank you for schooling me. And let's go ahead and continue this.
The jokes write themselves.
I want to go on drink champs.
I wish we could go on drink champs, but
how long we were around?
Wait, they want to go on drink champs. So that tells me they drank. They drank. Because drink champs is
right.
Lit.
Yeah, but I don't think that would be a good platform for them because they would get clowned.
Exactly, Shamanic. They are drink champs. No, I understand y'all want to do the I'm tough from the streets like type maybe thing, but you're still a young a woman, a mother, a queen. I don't think, my opinion, I don't think they should. If they was offered, drink champs would not be it. I would totally.
No, it wouldn't. And that show is actually sponsored by Revolt, which is owned by Puffy. So I don't think that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I pray they don't go that route. They can come to God is Don.
Yeah, come over here. You can sip on something while you're talking to me.
Sip wine like Jesus.
And I already had drinks with Lizette now. I'm good on that. Okay. That was a whole wild ride. I'm just saying she's something else. She is something else. But I'm glad she's still, pushing through. Don't you apologize, Lindell. Go ahead and light up this chat. As long as you're not defending R. Kelly and being disrespectful, you're good. Okay, so let's hear what they're talking about.
Every single day, people ask where we around. People are doing different monologues and things that are false narratives. So I just want to clear some things up. We were around every day, all day, for years, all night, overnight. Didn't go to school or school. Oh my God. Sneaking out on the train, taking Leah, sneaking her out the hotel, trying to steal home people's kids because they didn't have enough food to feed them. We've always been empaths. We've always been trying to help. And during that time, all of us outside of Leah, because she never expressed that she had been abused in any way, were running from abuse at home, either in our homes or in family homes, or people being left for people to care for us. So we were each other's safety net. Though we met each other one day and craziness ensued the next day, we were inseparable forever after that. And then he turned us against each other and we were out of touch for 2 years.
Oh my God.
Okay. And I'm stopping this for commentary too, because I don't want nobody trying to strike me. I just want to make sure I'm doing some commentary. And we know this is fair use material. So she said he turned them against each other and they didn't speak for 15 years. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I remember.
Javante?
Yeah, I remember they spoke about a Lifetime series when Jim Derogatis when I first heard of Tiffany Hawkins and I researched her story. She was saying that it's another girl too at that time that were with them, and they all were a clique of friends. And she said that they didn't. Jim said he would never mention this other young woman's name, but Tiffany said she has the strength now to speak out. And they realized that R. Kelly was the manipulator and the master of them falling out with each other. And whoever the other young lady is that's never been in the public eye or been mentioned, told her that she promised in the Chicago trial she got her back, gonna hold her hand when it's time to go in there. And Jim said that he had their back, and they go check on the other girl periodically, said that she's still broken. She actually have tried to commit suicide twice since that time. And she said that she felt bad, Tiffany Hawkins felt bad when she left the one friend and didn't go back for her, and she wasn't gonna do it again. I could look at Tiffany Hawkins and see a lot of deep sadness in her. I don't even know if she's 100% comfortable doing this live, because she hasn't really been out here talking on not like that.
Yeah, this is the first time
you got to understand too, the surviving series is, she came out and everything, but she had been under that non-disclosure because she had gotten that settlement money from, the crooked lawyer. And, so now it's kind of like, she's just slowly still creeping out.
Yeah.
And, but I think after, the case is concluded in the Northern District of Illinois, that, we'll be seeing her a little bit more.
Yeah.
Lindell, you out here cutting up. I saw what you said. Okay, let's hear what they saying here.
Good.
And I don't know what happened to Miss Della. We lost Miss Della.
Us all against each other. It was really, really bad in the end.
What a manipulator.
Yeah, and I was the only one left. I'm telling you,
So Javante said she was the only one left in the end.
I was the last man standing.
Because you were a child.
Yeah. Couldn't see why I was happy. I mean, I remember him trying to keep me from Aaliyah. Yeah. When they split, he expected me to split with her too. Absolutely. And he would say stuff like he wouldn't even know her if it wasn't for me. Yeah. But I didn't realize that. I'm like, oh, he misses me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo.
She has some childlike qualities, huh, Tiffany?
Yeah, well, I mean, the abuse will stunt you, so.
Yep, just pointing that out.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Leah's mom was still denying in 2020. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but we don't really know if she was denying it in 2020, though. We don't know if that lady.
She did.
That was
deny
her.
It. We don't. Yeah, we didn't see her.
Yeah.
It was in print.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We don't know if that was her for sure.
We don't know.
You right. You right there.
Thank you. Thank you for the singing bowl.
Okay. Let's get.
Well, he's really good at manipulating you and making you.
Yes. Your parents. This is what he used to tell me. He didn't want me around any of my friends because they're jealous.
Oh, trust me.
My friends didn't like him because they knew what he was doing to me.
Well, we didn't have outside friends. I mean, we had outside friends, but with each other so much that I guess our outside friends didn't matter because they didn't go with us. I mean, an array of different young ladies went with us throughout the years, but they were not continuously with us. It was just us.
So basically, they were like a little family. They were there for the longest time, for years, day and night, and day and night after day and night. They were like a sisterhood bond, and he was abusing all of them. But then he pits them against each other and separates them. Like, that is messed up. Because you know how we are as young girls and our best friends are, like sisters, and you just split like that. And then you have all this other trauma stuff going on. Sick. Okay.
And even the third member of the group, eventually, and very early on, it was me and her. It just got broke down to me and her. And then I looked up and she was gone. And then we were on separate tours. She was in Europe and I was in the States with Robert. And it was crazy how it ended in the end. And, there was a lot of good times. Don't get it twisted. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of experience. And we met so many people. We stood on stage with some of the great.
I want to hear Tiffany. I want to hear some music from Tiffany.
You know what?
Okay.
I do. Listen, I got your song.
And Lizette did tell me they were working on music. She actually told me she also was working on music with Tiffany. Like I think they had a song together.
Can Lizette sing though?
I haven't heard her sing. She sang. You know what? She did sing something, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, you can go on the studio and make it work. I'm just saying. I don't know how.
I mean, it wasn't like Mariah Carey, but
no. It wasn't.
I think that Lizette, my opinion, if she know that Tiffany's story and how that was a sensitive, how she given up on singing and music or whatever, I don't think I would have probably brought that up to her about saying something and everything. Are you trying to steal her music? Or I don't know.
I think
I'm being protective and just I don't know.
I don't think it's like that though, Beautiful Spirit. I think that they were working on music together. That's what I heard some months back.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
How was it? That's what I just
good.
said. You didn't hear me? I just said her. Lizette told me this.
Oh, I thought you said that she was saying that R. Kelly told her how he was working on music with all of them, but
No, no, no. She told me
oh,
they were working on music then. Like when I met her,
oh, okay,
her and
okay.
Tiffany. Yeah, she said that they were like in the studio and stuff. That's what she told me. I don't know. I don't know what because now that I know what I was dealing with, I don't know if I could trust that. But you know,
Hmm.
okay, let's continue.
Give me my CD back, yo. Let me tell you how the universe.
Yo, this girl can fucking sing.
You have not. They think Azrael, and Azrael is a songbird, but this one right here.
Tiffany.
Oh, stop it. This Whitney
Tiffany.
Houston.
Tiffany got it. Sorry.
I was off when he reduced her talent to a couple of rap lyrics. Like, Nick,
Are you
trying to
a
make
songstress, honey?
we can't tell them we know. We can't tell them that part. We gotta leave that for the book.
I want to hear her music. I want to hear her music.
Oh, let me tell you about her music. Oh, I want to talk. She has her own CD. I walked out of my door, right? No bullshit. I'm sure of it. When I found it on the ground, I was walking out of my door and looked down and said, I know who this is, and where the hell did this come from?
Yes.
Brand new CD, not scratched.
Wow.
Case. I sent it to our girlfriend, who's kept us all together throughout the years. And even when we weren't talking, she still kept in touch with all of us. I was like, look at what I found.
Wow.
No, baby, now I was able to give it back to her. She's got to give it back to me, though. I gave it to her so she could put it in her.
I got the song. She sent it to me.
She's gonna give me my disc before I leave here today. Damn it, that's my freaking archive.
Yo, this girl right here.
Oh, shit.
I'm serious, yo. I got an ear for talent, and your shit is on fire.
I tried to give it to for my dad's girl. She wouldn't do it.
She sings amazing.
I want to hear this
I
fire.
don't sing no more. I got some stuff that wasn't released at home from Leah's first album. Yeah, I got all that stuff at home.
Really?
Oh, baby, I got everything.
Oh my God, you have the arsenal.
Out here in these streets, they keep wanting to say they don't want to be because I'm the archive queen. I gotta make it public. Listen, when you were here, were you ever in CRC?
What?
Were you ever in CRC? Oh,
the Chicago recording the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go there late at night.
CRC though, not Streeterville, CRC.
The first studio, right?
Yeah, she would.
I don't remember. I know I used to go to the studio. I don't remember what studio.
Okay, right? You were at the one that was by the train tracks, right?
By the train tracks. I remember that.
Okay. That's what I thought because I remember.
And I remember there was a girl there that had short blonde hair, black girl. She was a singer. She had real short blonde hair.
String. Her name is her rap.
I used to be in there when she was there.
That's Raina. Yeah. She actually came from Keith Sweat. She was in a group that Keith Sweat.
She was a very good singer.
Okay, Raina, who used to sing with Keith Sweat, she was there.
Raina, who's that?
Somebody they're remembering who was there.
But who is Raina though? Because she definitely isn't a part of Cut Close. Because
that was Keith. Was that Keith Sweat's group?
Yeah, Cut Close was Keith Sweat's group, but that was Levon, and who else? The one, that chick from Kentucky. I can't remember all their. I just know Levon.
I just find it interesting. Why did Lizette bring her up? But she just brought her up out randomly. Like, you remember her with short hair? Yeah, that was so and so. And I'm just like, well, dang. Well, she was there when y'all were teenagers, or like, what's going on?
Was that some group activity going on knowing him?
Okay. Hazel said it's cute seeing Gervonta and Tiffany laugh and reminisce. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I can only imagine that Aaliyah would have been right there with them if she were alive. Yeah. They said, and to hear Gervonta say Aaliyah never mentioned the abuse as close as they were supposedly, as they were. She never mentioned it. They're on Cecilia. They are on Gervonta's Instagram Live. Keith Sweat is friends with RSK. Of course.
So that's why he had that song talking about you not you. Oh Lord, let me shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Hazel said Raina used to perform with Aaliyah too, if that's the same girl that was light skinned, skinny with the short honey blonde bob.
Mm.
Interesting. I don't know where Miss Della went. I texted her, but she's she got work to do in the morning.
You're gonna have to get a picture of her, of this Rain lady, because I might know her by face, just because I was a heavy consumer of music in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
You used to watch all the music channels. You know what I'm saying? Pop up video and the whole nine.
Right.
But I just we're gonna have to find a picture or something of her, because I can't think at the top of my head. The only girl I'm just thinking Cut Close, because I love me some Cut Close, but I don't know.
Okay.
My mind is blank.
That could be an assignment. Okay, this is almost over, so let's just finish it up.
Yeah, she is, and rap.
Oh, they said she's a cold rapper.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was at the Gotham City video shoot. That was my last time dancing for Sparkle, because I was 6 months pregnant with my son and still didn't have a belly. That was the celebrity.
My company's here.
Night and Maya. You remember that?
My company arrived.
Go ahead, Lizzie. It's been a blast. We'll talk with you.
Bye, world.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. I pulled it off the tripod.
I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah. I can't even imagine the memories they have, and then
absolutely
that whole thing about them being separated is so bothersome to me, just because
I mean, you know how he is. He loves to divide and conquer.
Yeah, it's just sad that they had each other, because that was all they really had with all that was craziness that was going on. And the way they kind of reminisce is kind of like it's kind of like they're not celebrating it, but it's like I don't know how to describe it actually, but it's not a melancholy, like sad thing, and I guess they're reminiscing over their friendship and their bond and their sisterhood that they had prior to separating.
Right. I mean, he had him over there acting, a damn fool for him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? All these orgies, and you can't eat unless I say, and you got to wear baggy clothes, go find some friends. Like, that's just traumatic.
And you're 15, 14 years old, and this been here before, basically mentally challenged nigga running around already, know the gifts and the gab, his mouthpiece and ways so impeccable, it just didn't make no sense. And he inflicted a lot of his characteristics onto to people like Drea and stuff. She a master manipulator. She adopted some of his ways and personalities.
Yeah, I mean, where is she at in the Chicago case?
I hope we hear about her coming up soon. I can't wait. I wish I was flying on the wall when they come dragging her percolating all the time, butt up in there. I hope one see she go dance in that day room when she go to prison. I
was looking for the video. Hazel said to look up Aaliyah's All That video.
Okay.
And that the girl is rapping in that video.
I wonder would they testify? And I never heard none of the victims say anything about Drea, but I've heard from people now that legally can say certain things limited, like Kim Whitney, and what I read before, that they have seen that one tape with her and the gospel lady and an underage girl. So I want to know even if she don't get convicted, nothing else, why Drea ain't facing no charges with that or the gospel lady. Because they was in their 20s sleeping with a 13-year-old. They knew better.
Okay, yeah, he definitely couldn't hang with the big girls. So he's just like a little bitch, basically.
Yeah, that's what he is. That's why he loved prison and jail. He probably can't wait to go to the big house because the more the merrier. He probably want to get tossed around like a just be quiet, Kim. I'm let you finish. God is done. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. AT, welcome back. Well, you kind of missed us, but go into the replay if you don't mind. Drop us some comments. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. It's 2 hours, and y'all know how I am. Like, we're gonna be doing this every day. We got to be keeping this ship tight and clean. So I do appreciate everybody coming back. We're gonna be back tomorrow. At least I will. I'm gonna only speak for myself because I really that's all I can do. But definitely check me out. Come to the community page. Any motions I'm gonna read on the member channel, and also I'm gonna do some lives back there too because some stuff I can't say in this public channel. Any last word, y'all?
I just, think we need to keep our eye out on this whole Drea Kelly thing because I mean, every time she talks about her kids, it's like she's talking about little kids at preschool. They need her so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that situation, but I really feel like,
yeah.
It's just funny to me how she's not included. She wasn't included in New York. She's not included in Chicago that we know of.
She must be
And
helping.
it's just like, what's going on? She must.
And then there's the divorce. Remember the divorce? The transfers for the divorce were sealed, and people.
They were I heard that they were unsealed though.
I don't think so.
She was begging. Then when she did show up to court, because at first she wasn't even showing up to court. She wanted her child support. They said, I read it and the news reporters had reported about how she was begging the judge. Well, if some things had to be unsealed, it was certain things that she really did not want unsealed. And was there any way possible they could stay sealed? But they didn't say the specifics of what was she never want unsealed.
But wait a minute though. But the thing is that how is he paying child support now though? Because doesn't he owe it until the child was like 23?
You know what? I don't know, but this is where he gets exposed and get caught up lying with this. I'm broke, but yet you're able to. Keith probably paying it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember the royalty situation. I remember them designating her like his royalty or something. I remember when that little thing happened with his child support case.
Yeah, but he signed it over to Greenberg, and then I know Sony definitely isn't going to split shares with her because that's Sony's money.
He didn't really just sign it to Greenberg though. He signed it to other people too, and that's also a problem.
Oh, so he signed in percentages. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, no, he just signed it over to multiple people. You know how he is. He didn't handle his business properly.
Right, but I mean for multiple people. Okay, but so they're just all taking a percentage out there.
I think Keith has reign and control over his money. I think that anything he signed over to people was bullshit, and he just was talking to get his way, as he does. I don't think he had any intention of following through with that. So that was just probably maybe Greenberg put it out there to make him commit to it. I don't know, but I just know that that woman is getting some money.
But she, I heard she's staying in a house out there in Georgia.
And she out there shaking it though. She working.
She got her dance studio going on.
They rescued all the babies this morning out there in Georgia.
You said
what?
I hope she ain't part of that trafficking thing. They rescued. It was between 32 and 37 kids that were reported missing that were found and rescued in Atlanta, Georgia, or either yesterday afternoon or early this morning. And then it was also altogether about 70 something kids was found and rescued from being trafficked.
Yeah, well, that's the hub over there. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know if we want to put that on Drea now. I don't know, but I just feel when she was with him, was probably complicit in some stuff because he made her do it. You know how he is.
I just think some things she carried with her fetish and addictions, and I don't know if she looked at little kids or not.
Yeah, we never know what people are into, and then wasn't it where she was protecting him when he wanted to be with somebody younger? Mm-hmm. Oh, don't go in the room, y'all. Rob's in there.
Yeah,
the young girl. Don't
that must have been
disturb.
later because remember when they were warning him when she came with very important or whatever that little piece of paper was. They were, remember
It
when
was
they,
before they had gotten married.
Yeah.
yeah, so okay. All will come tumbling down. I think it already has.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna dip up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Okay, that's your assignment. Email anything you come across that you think might be interesting, because you know I'm always looking for some good content, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Until tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you. Oh, don't forget my email. Don't forget.
Okay, I will. Yeah,
All
I
right.
gotta. Yeah, I'll send you a couple motions, and you're gonna have to find it.
All right.
All right.
Bye bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.